Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for Psych-45 Research Methods for Saturday, October 7th. Just going to go over a few items and reminders like I always do to help you stay on top of things, so let's get started. First up here, that your Unit 2 exam scores have been posted there on Canvas, so do take a look at those. I will have the exams, of course, handed back to you in class when you return Monday, so you will be able to take a look at them and see how you did there on some of the questions. Next up here, just a reminder that we did start a little bit of our next chapter, Chapter 8, on Between Subjects Designs. As I said in lecture, this is our first design chapter. We do have our discussion scheduled for Chapter 8 next Friday, October 13th at 9 p.m. And you are actually going to have to design a Between Subjects design study, so make sure you plan ahead and give yourself enough time. It's actually really simple, and I have a really great but simple example for you to use as a model to craft your own study after, so make sure you give yourself enough time to look at it there. Everything you need to know is in the backstory for the discussion for Chapter 8, but again, don't wait to the last minute or you may not have enough time to do it adequately, so do plan ahead, and it won't take you very long because the example is really great to help you craft your own after. We have our quiz on Chapter 8 scheduled for next week, this coming Wednesday, October 11th. That's per our schedule, so make sure that you're ready for that. You'll work in your groups there to take that quiz. And so part of the plan for next week there is we're going to spend Monday and Wednesday working on Chapter 8 on Between Subjects Designs. There are some particular challenges and issues with Between Subjects Designs we need to drill down into. We've been dancing around some of those things with the experiment that we've covered so far. Because remember, this chapter is about the experimental design version of Between Subjects Designs, so we are going to be focusing on that, but do be ready for that in our class this coming week, including how you can handle some of those problems, which you already learned a bit back there in Chapter 7 you're going to discover. Following that, we are going to cover Chapter 9, which is Within Subjects Designs, and the discussion for Chapter 9 will be that following Friday on October 20th there. All right, next up here is your outline. The submission date for that, the initial due date for that is this coming Wednesday, October 11th. Remember that you are able to submit late, but there are deductions of 10% for being late and then 5% additional for every 24-hour period after that. And the final day you can submit is 72 hours after the original due date and time on Wednesday, so that's going to make it next Saturday there, October 14th by 11:59 p.m. You'll find all the instructions you need for Component 2, the outline, in the dedicated APA Literature Review module. Remember, that's on our Canvas course page below Unit 5, so scroll down past Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way down at the bottom of our Canvas course page, you'll see the APA module. Open up the instructions for Component 2. At the very top of those instructions, just like you saw for Component 1, the first part of the paper, I put in a very simple how-to video where I walk you through with screenshots and narrations and show you what's on the instruction page there, kind of walk you through some things, answer some questions you may be wondering about there, so do watch that. It's about 10 minutes or so. It'll really save you a lot of time so you know exactly what to do. Also, as I've been mentioning there in class, there are sample outlines on the instructions there for Component 2. So make sure you take a look at those samples so you have a really clear idea of what you need to submit, what it should especially look like, and what it should definitely not look like too, so it'll really help you out. Certainly make sure that you incorporate any feedback from Part 1 of the APA Style Literature Review paper. Some of you had some issues with either your topic and or especially the formatting under the APA style formatting of your references. So make sure that you clean all that up, because the feedback I gave you for Part 1 was pretty detailed, so it's really easy to remedy most of those issues there. I hate to see you get dinged again for the same problem, so make sure you clean that up. That's on you. That's your responsibility to do that, so please do that to avoid any further loss of points. Just a couple of things that are important about the outline, and you'll see it there in the instructions clearly. Make sure you use all of your 10 references you need to cite, that is, say something about each one of those 10 references at least one time. And on the other hand, be careful that you don't cite sources that you don't have in your references. This outline is going to be the framework you're going to use to write your final paper, so Part 2 feeds into Part 3, kind of like a food chain there. And so make sure that you're only using sources that you have in your references, because in the final paper, that's what you're going to be really writing about in detail, is how your references that you located as documented in your list of references speak to your topic and thesis statement. Your outline is the beginning of that process. So again, make sure you cite all of your references at least once, and do not cite sources you don't have in your references. Okay? And also be careful to avoid excessive quoting in your outline, and for that matter, the final paper too. Quoting isn't writing, so in your outline, if you have nothing but quotes, you might want to think about paraphrasing some of that, because you'll lose a lot of points if all I see are quotes. Some quoting is fine, but I don't want to see nothing but quotes, so be careful about that there. Little formatting note here too, make sure you start your references on a fresh page or a new page there with references at the top, and then just list them out there, having incorporated any of the feedback from part 1 if you had anything to fix up, like I said earlier. And that's pretty much what I wanted to say for right now. So good luck on getting that outline together. If you have any questions about anything, reach out via email on Canvas like always. I'll certainly be in there in class to answer some of your questions there too. So otherwise, have a great weekend. I'll see you in those lecture videos, and I'll see you in class on Monday. So take care until then. All right, bye-bye.